Welcome back to PRI, and we're profiling today former Edna Karr Cougar and Kansas State Wildcat, and now Detroit Lion, Cornelius Lucas. Cornelius, thanks for coming on with us today, man.
No problem, man, no problem.
Going back a few years, and your coach has been on, Jabbar Jalouk, is a good friend.
Yes.
When he was at Edna Karr, he had to kind of persuade you to play at first, and when did the light come on that you felt that this could be a career for me?
Well, just going back, he was way more than a friend. He was more like a father figure because I lost my father at such a young age. He was kind of the only guy that kind of pushed me towards playing ball. But I can remember like in the days walking through like the Carr hallways, probably in my 7th grade year. This was before I got into football. He just, every time he'd see me, like, when you coming out there, when you come and play ball, when you gonna come out there, and I just like brush him off, like, I'll be there one day, coach. You know, I'm coming tomorrow. I'll come next week. And it was just one day I just was like, man, you know, I'm gonna go out there and give it a try. And didn't really like it at first, kind of just like kept jumping back and forth into it or whatnot. And actually, it was one day I was supposed to be at practice, and I got into an altercation where I was with some of my friends, with some girls, and that kind of like got me thinking like, wow, if I was at practice, this would have never happened. So that kind of what really got me into it, and after that, it just took off from there. I kind of like grew a love for it.
Now you're 6'9", about in the high threes and mid to low threes.
Yes.
You move very well.
Yes.
You had a great grandfather, you were telling me, was 7 feet tall. Did basketball ever enter into your career at all?
Yes. Well, actually, it didn't. The only time I tried out for a basketball team was after Katrina. I went to school in Atlanta, Georgia, and I tried out for the basketball team, but I didn't work out that whole summer, and I just went out there thinking I was going to shoot some free throws, and we had a week full of conditioning the week before, and by the end of that week, my ankle swelled up on me. I couldn't move, so by the time it was time to actually shoot around and do that, I couldn't move, I couldn't run up the court, so I ended up not making the team and just stuck with football.
You finished your days at Carr, and all of a sudden you're looking at a college. You wind up going to Kansas State. What other schools did you consider, and how was that recruiting process for you, Cornelius?
Oh, man, I had all of the, I would say, mid-range to smaller schools, like in the Louisiana, southern area, you know what I'm saying, like the Elkhorns, the South Alabamas. Didn't really have too much interest from LSU, even though that was my dream school at one point. Kind of happy that I didn't go there, and I stuck with Kansas State. But really, I was 6'7", 255 coming out of high school. My coach always said, man, you need to get your weight up, you need to eat. And I was more worried about looking good for the girls and stuff, having abs, but never had a set of abs before. I just wanted one. But just never really got my weight up until I got to college, and now I see why he was telling me that.
You know, you played for Bill Snyder.
Yes.
Who's a legendary coach.
Yes.
Kind of tough guy, but he's kind of a father figure kind of guy, isn't he?
When you say kinda, you mean definitely. Yeah, he's definitely a tough guy. He definitely played a part in the man that I am today. Just showing me how to be consistent, showing me how to work hard, just showing me everything it takes to be a pro on and off the field. I give him the glory to all of that, because without him, I probably wouldn't have the same mindset.
In 2014, you step on the field, you step over that line, you're now an NFL player.
Yes.
What was your wow moment? When did the light come on that, wow, I'm here?
Oh, it's funny that you say that, because actually it was the first regular season game of the season. I was the fourth tackle, meaning I wasn't dressing out, wasn't starting. I was on the sideline, just rooting my guys on. And I was thinking in my head like, wow, there's 2 tackles in front of me. I'll probably just sit on the sideline for this year, you know what I'm saying, get my experience, you know, just seeing it. But actually that first game, both tackles went down. Both tackles got hurt. Wow. The first tackle got hurt within like the first 7 plays of the game, and then the second tackle actually broke his foot in the middle of the game, but he played the rest of the game. So the next week, I'm up starting at right tackle, which I never took a snap at before, and it's versus Carolina at Carolina, and they have a pretty good D-line.
Yeah.
So that was a really big wow. Matter of fact, that whole week from that first game all the way to the second game of the season, that was just a big whirlwind for me.
You played a good game against Jared Allen when y'all played the Bears too, and that
yes,
had to kind of help your confidence. You work out in New Orleans with Derek Joseph,
yes,
and you stay in New Orleans. How does that help you as a player?
I would definitely say it keeps me grounded. Because when I'm up in Detroit, I only see other high-paid guys, you know what I'm saying, seeing the flashy lifestyle, stuff like that. When I come down here, I'm with my family more, I'm with the people I grew up with. I get to see where I come from, and that kind of keeps me grounded from just seeing one side of life to seeing all sides of life. And I kind of like that feeling because I get to come work out with guys that are in the league, but at the same time, go home and relax with my niece, or go hang out with my mom. Can't do that anywhere else.
You play with a guy in Detroit, Corey Hilliard, who's
Yes.
a Jesuit guy.
Yes.
Matter of fact, New Orleans turns out anywhere from 40 to 45 players who played high school football who are on NFL rosters when the season starts. Why is so much talent in a city and area like New Orleans?
I'll probably have to contribute it to just the hunger, man. You know, guys are really, really hungry down here. You know, we really don't come from much. You know what I'm saying? Most of the guys that make it, and I feel like that's the biggest contributing factor to that.
Matthew Stafford, pretty good quarterback. What
Yes.
makes him special?
Guy has a great attitude. You know, he's a hard worker. He's not afraid to let it go. You know what I'm saying? He's very encouraging. You know, there's a lot of games that, you know, he helped me. I would just say that he's just a good overall good teammate.
Cornelius, you had to go through this process again. If you're talking to some young men and young ladies in the recruiting process,
Okay.
what do you tell them? What questions would you ask, and what would you be looking for in a college?
I would definitely figure out what's my chances of playing, how early I can get on the field. Does this college offer my major? Let's see, how far am I going to be away from my family? Can I handle being away from my family? It's a lot of stuff. I would definitely say that don't go for the name of the college. Go for what benefits you best. Because a lot of guys go to the big name colleges and ride the bench the whole 4 or 5 years. And some guys go to the smaller colleges, get right on the field, and they end up having way more success than the guys that went to the bigger schools.
I tell you, Cornelius, thank you very much for being on with us
Thank you.
on Prep Recruiting Insider. Good luck to you, man. We'll be back with a little more Prep Recruiting Insider. Don't go away.